and there's a very hazy look of the skyline. I don't know if you can make it out, but today we're on Kingston Road and just past Lee Avenue, and actually this is Glen Stewart Crescent that we're just at now. So we're going to walk along here today from here, which is Main Street just coming up, which is the major intersection, over to Victoria Park. So this would be the upper beach area. And I decided to do this video walk. Basically, Ken from the Ken Continuum did it, and he said he'd never done this walk before, and I thought, well, I'll do this walk because I'll definitely have a different perspective than him, because this is my old stomping grounds. I grew up in this neighborhood, right into my early 20s I was living in this area, so I definitely know it. I have a lot of memories of the area, and it's changed quite a bit since then, obviously. Most of my memories would be from the 80s for this area. So some big changes, such as this building right across the street from me. So, excuse me while I do a little bit of memory lane here, but I'll do that and show you some of the newer areas. So we've got, speaking of new, we've got construction going on here. It looks like for a condo coming in. Now across the way there, the Beach Food Mart. I don't know if you can make it out, but that used to be Azzarella's groceries. It was a local spot. They had two locations, one here and one over at Silver Birch, which we'll get to. The variety store, my name's Variety. That definitely is the original signage. Oh, it's been there for a long time. As for Recycle Solutions, they weren't there. Sea Spray Restaurant wasn't there. And Doors and Windows wasn't there. There's a bakery in there, I believe, either the Sea Spray location or where the Doors and Windows are. And Tim Hortons, if I remember right, was a pharmacy. So those are definitely the changes there. I'm just going to move along here because I want to catch this light across. So here where the big carrot is now, this condo complex. It was Dippin' Sip Donuts, as I remember, which was a new structure back then. I don't know what it was before then. Just take a look down Southwood there, which would take you right down to the beach. And across the street here is the Senior Link homes, which anyone who was around back in for a long time would remember. This is the Ben Lamont Tavern, or the Benny, as it was well known. So, definitely some old memories there for some people, I'm sure. May have been the place I got my first, I served my first beer, actually. It probably was the Benny. And over here, that Coca-Cola sign for the Variety Store, I believe, is the original. I think that's going back a fair ways. And the Grover Pub and Grub, that was the Grover Exchange, as I remember it. Just some of the residential homes along this stretch. It's neat, an old Coca-Cola machine there. Looks like a pretty dated one. Might have been one that did the pump bottles. Across the street, Gentle Touch Dry Cleaners. I remember when that was Murphy's Ice Cream. And across the way there is St. John's Catholic School. That's a public school, well, elementary school, not public. And down here is Glen Ames Drive. And here we have St. John's Church. The area's Catholic church. And here we're coming to the Glen Stewart Ravine entrance. I've done 2 videos on Glen Stewart Ravine, one for the fall colors, one in the summer, and I'll link those down below if you want to take a look. They're both a beautiful walk through there. Now we're coming up to Malvern Avenue. Now, Malvern is where the local public high school is, the Malvern Collegiate Institute, which is just up the street. You won't be able to see it. I'll look up. It's just about half the way up that street towards Gerard. The other thing is, at that corner there where you see these townhouses right now, that used to be the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and used to drive us nuts when we were in classes at Malvern, because at lunchtime they would have the fans, I swear, blowing right into the school so we could smell it. So, really hard to believe that used to be a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And on the side there, I don't know if you'll be able to make it out, is Notre Dame Catholic School for Girls. Another look at Glen Stewart Ravine down there. And 848 over there, that grayish building, I believe, used to be Bob's Variety way back. And this one, there's NK Architect, it says on it, which is for lease. It was once Rich's Dairy, if you see up there, there's a little sign there. That was also a variety store. Don't remember the name of that one, it was rather large. But now that I'm thinking, actually, I think Bob's Variety was where Bomb Fitness is now. And Beach Medical Pharmacy was always a pharmacy here. It used to be IDA. It looks pretty much the same. Across the street there where it says Cards, Mailable, Stamps. That's the original signage. Doesn't look like there's anything in there now, but that's been like that as long as I know. There used to also be a Belgian chocolate shop along this stretch. There's also a deli at one point. I can't remember the name of it. And this brings us to Beach Avenue, as in the beech tree, not the B-E-E-C-H. There's another entrance down to Glen Stewart Ravine over there. Now Alma florist, I believe, has been there for a long, long time. One of the few original businesses still open. Sun's Variety, which is the variety store, and at the corner there was no signage. It had the original signage up there just a few weeks ago when I was along here, so don't know what happened there, but that signage would have gone back probably to the 70s, so definitely was time to get it replaced, I'm sure. This shop on the corner here, that's been several different things. It's been a greengrocer, it has been a fish and chip shop, I don't know, it's been kind of a pub. I believe it was an ice cream shop at one time. Apparently it's closed for renovations at the moment. Doesn't say. So Mullins, which I believe is the name of the pub that was here. Now let's go back for a second. And that CIBC branch has been there for as long as I can remember. That actually, I think, was my second bank account was there. I had to have it for a job so they could put the money right into my account. Back then, for direct deposit, you had to deal with the same bank. Across the street there, which is where the Beech Tree is, there used to be a Beech Tree Cafe down Queen Street years and years ago. I don't know if there's any connection or if it's just a coincidental name based on Beach Avenue just being here. That was the local Greasy Spoon, though. For us, that was the Queensdale restaurant that some people from this area would remember. And along here, there's another Greasy Spoon. I'm thinking where Advanced approaches to massages. I can't be sure. My memory's a little rusty on this one. There wasn't a lot of businesses I went to on this block. There's neat looking shops here now. There's a laundromat, that's a sign I remember. Yeah, Silver Birch Laundry. Oh, I'll give it, it looks a lot cleaner than it used to. An Active Healing Center here, that was Mark 1 Cleaners when I was growing up here, and this was at Silver Birch, which actually was the street I grew up on, just a little ways down there. There's some of the mural work there. And this brown building, that was Hakim Optical. Now it still looks like an optical place. Maybe, maybe not. No, it's vacant. So across the street here, that was the other location of Azzarello's Market. It had a parking lot at that time. And then this building went up, I guess, in the 90s, I'm thinking. Now, if you were to go down this stretch, the sign that was straight out was a sign that was a neon sign that stuck out from the building for International Chop Suey, which is gone now. Still a Chinese food restaurant, but And across the road, 952 Kingston Road, there's condo development here. That was originally the Scarborough Movie Theatre, which was founded in 1939, and apparently showed some very B-rated type movies and such, and was controversial with the neighborhood that it was corrupting their youth, based on some local articles I've read over the years. It then later became, in 1969, the movie theater closed down and it became Scarborough Pool Hall, which was a local hangout for me. We'd go there and play pool. We would play pinball and video games in there. And then later on it became Mr. Slate's, which was a pool hall bar, which was upgraded, and I believe it became a real estate agent's office at one point, a realtor office, and now is this condo. And here is where International Chop Suey would have been, now 955 Chinese Foods. And across the way here is Feathers. It's a pub that opened, I guess, late 70s. Local pub, well known for its large variety of scotches. And you can see the patio is doing well today, being so pleasant. And Kingston Road Market, that's the original signage and definitely the original business. That was owned by parents of a girl I went to school named Vicky from way back, and it was a flower shop then, still a flower shop now. I peeked in when I was going by, definitely different ownership. This has changed considerably. This would have been New York Pizza in the day, and it was not known to be the cleanest place in the world. Definitely has upgraded now and looks like quite the nice spot. And Kingston Road United here, and actually down here would be Scarborough Road. And if you were to go down there for a little bit longer, you would hit the steepest hill in the city of Toronto. Not the longest, but the steepest. It's nearly a 90-degree angle. One day I'll work that into a walk, going down it, not up it. And Gabby's has been a wiring hole there for quite some time, as has the law office next to it. It's been a law office for quite some time. So, can't remember the name of the bar that was there. It was the one that we went to quite often when I was pretty much a regular at one point, I would say. I'm just going to cross over now. This is one of my local convenience stores as well that I went to frequently. And I'll look up Kingswood towards Gerrard. across the way you'll see Tropical Thai Cuisine. That used to be a Szechuan restaurant that I went to all the time. And coming up to the Real Jerk, which is a new addition to Kingston Rd. I don't know when it opened up here. And where Bingham Nail Salon was, that was a hardware store, I remember from the clock there. If I remember right, Noble Burgers, that was a variety store. Now across the street is Cake Shop Danish style delicatessen, which looks like it's up for lease or something. A lot of advertising in the window, but the boxes. That used to be a fantastic spot to get what was rated as the best chocolate eclair in the city back in the 80s. And Gargoyle Cars Comics Collectibles. An interesting little shop there. Lots of knickknacks and such. Scarborough Music Company Limited, been there forever. I did drum lessons there back in, way back when. And look up Victoria Park towards Gerard. And down Victoria Park. Right to Neville Park Ravine there, and then it veers to the left. And goes down to Queen where it ends. Now, I think I said at the beginning I was going to go as far as Victoria Park, which is where I am now, but I think we're going to move over to as far as Fallingbrook here. Now, this development's all new here on this side. This was the Dominion. There was a drugstore by many different names. A large one though, and the beer store was here. So the beer store is still here. I don't know if there's a Metro in here or not, or a drugstore here for that matter now. Down into here. I'll just sit in here. store, which is definitely a different spot. And this would have been this dip down into like a valley where the stores actually were from here. You actually walk down a hill to get to them. So across the street here would have been where this other large, for this neighborhood, large complex, would have been the Alpine Hotel, which was a local watering hole that lots of people went to. Wasn't one of my regulars, was in there a few times, shoot some pool, that sort of thing, which is your typical thing there. Had some live bands once in a while, from my understanding. Nothing I ever went to. Now, this gives you an idea of how it dips down, or used to dip down. That's where the beer store used to be. And not much has changed along here. Maybe a little reface on the apartment buildings. Upgrade on the gas stations. can't remember what was at this corner. This is definitely new. These apartments, which apparently are the Homeside apartments, have been here for as long as I can remember. Now across the way there is that little strip of stores. I remember where it kind of goes up and a little higher. I was Falling Brook bowling alley there. And we'll just take a quick look down Falling Brook here. Towards the lake. And up here where it runs along Courcelette Park. So I hope you have enjoyed the video today, and I wish you a very happy day, and we will see you soon.